Become a patron at www.patreon.com/Golden Era Bookworm for hard to find books, scans of rare photos, and articles on the Golden Era of Bodybuilding. Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here with a very special video interview with none other than Karl Coyne, the author of the highly successful Vince's Secret Locker book series. Owing the first 2 volumes as well as the enhanced edition of volume 1, I can tell you personally that I am extremely excited about Karl Coyne's latest work. Having received wild reviews from the who's who of the Golden Era of Bodybuilding, Karl Coyne is about to release Vince's Secret Locker Volume 3, and in this exclusive world premiere, Karl answers many questions in regards to his latest masterpiece and what you can expect from the new Vince's Secret Locker Volume 3 book. If you're a fan of the Golden Era of Bodybuilding or of Vince Gironda and Vince's Gym, you don't want to miss out on his books, available at www.vincessecretlocker.com. And without further delay, here is the interview. Enjoy. So hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here, and today I'll be interviewing Karl Coyne from Vince's Secret Locker. Hi Karl, thanks for the opportunity to interview you today.
Hi, Karls. It's a pleasure to be on your show.
Thanks. One of the questions that I receive a lot and that I personally have always wanted to ask you as well is, what made you start Vince's Secret Locker?
Okay, that's a very good question. Many people have asked me this question. So there are a couple of reasons why I decided to take this quest, so to say. Basically, having owned well over 1,000 books, probably every bodybuilding book that there is, and I just felt there was a part of history that was missing, and that being Vince's Gym and the history about Vince Gironda. Mm-hmm. Basically, people have touched base on Vince, but nothing in great detail, and there's just so much history that was missing that needed to be pretty much written and presented to the public. Yeah. There's so many beneficial things that people were missing out on, and Absolutely. It would have been lost otherwise.
Very good. That's you're absolutely right about that. And what's the kind of information readers can expect to get when they purchase this series of Vince's Secret Locker books?
There is so much information in each and every book. I've tried to make each book different. Mm-hmm. And not only from a training perspective, I also wanted to make the books unique and entertaining. So basically, there's a little bit of everything in this. I mean, seriously, there's so many different, I touched upon so many areas. There's training information, there's supplementation, there's nutrition, there's interviews with Vince, there's interviews with legends, people like Lou Ferrigno, Frank Zane made comments about their time at Vince's Gym and with Vince. There are so many, I have hundreds of pictures that people, many of which have never been seen before. Mm. And many of them I've actually fixed, because some of the pictures I got were so damaged that, people were shocked that I was able to do what I did. So, yeah, I've seen the quality. It's fantastic. How has each volume built upon itself? I mean, I've got the volumes here. You've got them there yourself, and I mean, to be honest, every time I receive a new volume from you, they just seem to get bigger and better. So that's another question a lot of people have. How has each volume built upon itself? Okay. Another great question. You've really given me some good questions today. But basically, when you think about it, you go on the internet, people write a 1-2 page story about Vince's Gym. I mean, we're talking a history here, 50 years. The gym existed almost 50 years. That's generation after generation. So there's a lot of information out there. I've been researching this almost one generation, almost 10 years. So, I mean, between all the research and basically when I released the first book, I had always intended on releasing 3 volumes. So that was in the plan right from the beginning. So as I went along, I tried to improve, and basically it was like a competition amongst myself. I tried to make each book a little bit better. After fortunately in my case, people, have enjoyed each book, and, the reviews have been really great right from the beginning. So that was a great motivator, and I have really good fans and readers out there. I mean, a lot of them have turned out to be friends and very supportive, and that's a great motivator. So
Absolutely.
as I've gone along, I've tried to give something a little bit better. Like after I released the first book, I took a look at it and said, what could I do differently? So when I decided to release volume 2, I said, okay, it's time to notch a few things up a little bit, such as, not just the cover, which I did improve on the cover, but I decided to go with the interior, a little bit more personal stories, a little bit better design with the layout, and the pictures looked a little bit better. Because like in the first volume, I wasn't as critical as far as what I used, but in the second volume, I was a little bit more particular. And pretty much from this point, I'm very particular with the pictures with like cut off images. I want all the images to look really great. When the person looks at the book, they want to have a great experience, kind of feel like they're at the gym. It brings back memories. Many of the readers trained at Vince's, even for those who haven't, I just want them to have that effect, like they're at the gym.
Yeah.
I tried to do the best that I can do, and I've mixed that up by adding some artwork into the book and giving a more personal feel.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
so I'll let you continue.
I see you got the books there. Where is the best place for people to purchase the books? Because that's another question I get often. I mean, everyone sees my ads at the end of my videos, as you know, and people always ask, where do you get the books from? Where can you buy them?
Okay. Well, obviously, my website is, a good spot to start with. But some people, they want to, sometimes they just are more comfortable with Amazon. Amazon at the moment carries the original Volume 1 and Volume 2, and soon they will carry the Volume 1 Enhanced Edition and Volume 3. That's in the works right now. There
But
are some supplies.
you have your own website though, right?
Yes, vincessecretlocker.com.
All right, so that's for everybody that's watching. That's www.vincessecretlocker.com. Yeah,
That's correct.
great.
So, anybody has any questions, there's an email. I mean, anyone can email me if they have any questions about the book. I'll be more than happy to answer them. I mean, I get emails almost every day from people. So the email is at the bottom of the website. Otherwise, they can email me at vincessecretlocker@gmail.com.
Right.
So,
Excellent. So Karl, your books, as you said, they continue to get good reviews every year, especially from, I mean, I've seen great reviews even from Lou Ferrigno and others, right? Even Arnold got your book, so it says a lot. Now you're about to release Volume 3, and I can already tell from my posts and your posts on Instagram, Facebook, etc., that people are quite anxious already to know what's in the book. So what can we expect from Volume 3? I mean, I've got the poster right up here. You've got the poster there, but you actually have the first print right behind you. What can we expect from Volume 3?
And I did that especially for your show. I made sure I got the test copy. I actually just got it today. So it's the paperback. And basically, this is what it looks like. I mean, it's still a couple of things that need to be fine-tuned, but it's pretty much almost ready to go.
Looks ready to go.
So what can people expect basically the same quality, if not better than before. I personally, in my opinion, think this is my best work. So, um, and I was very meticulous with this book. I mean, there are so many different areas. I mean, the work in this book is the graphics are really nice. I'm just going to give you a little sneak peek nobody's seen.
Nice.
There are many things in this book that I haven't presented. First of all, I have an interview that was handwritten by Vince, which never been released before. And so let me give you a little sneak peek of some other areas. I have all sorts of different things in here that make the book really unique. And, I think the public's going to enjoy it. And what many people have asked me is they want to see pictures of the gym.
Yeah. Oh,
so,
man.
I got some nice, sharp images, a lot of work went into this book. I mean, if you're a Vince fan, you're going to love it. And if you're not a Vince fan, it doesn't make a difference. You're going to enjoy it as well because there are pictures in here of many other legends.
Absolutely.
Larry Scott, Rick Wayne, Arnold, Steve Davis. I mean, I have so many. Let me show you another clip of some great artwork. So,
nice. Would you say
your question? I mean, there's so much information in volume 3. I mean, I didn't take any shortcuts. I actually wanted this book to be the best of the bunch. And like I said, not just a fancy cover. The interior is just as good as the cover. So
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you've shown some great photos here of an artwork and given me a sneak peek. It's great. I mean, I have to say one thing, and this is just something that's just come to my mind. I mean, I've got a Gold's Gym t-shirt here, right? And you're coming out with books on Vince's gym and on Vince Gironda. I almost believe that your series of books are an homage to the golden era of bodybuilding. I mean, you basically have, the creme of the creme in this book, in this series. Would you agree with that you've basically given an homage to Vince's gym and to the golden era of bodybuilding?
I completely agree with you because, like I said, I touched upon other areas outside of that, and there were so many people involved in the golden era. I mean, you have so many guys, that went to Vince's gym.
Yeah.
Frank Columbo, Frank Zane, all these guys are legends. Steve Davis. I mean, the list goes on and on. Even in one of the books, the Volume 1 Enhanced Edition, for instance, when you open up the book, you could see all the legends.
I mean, there it is, isn't it?
I mean, it gives you a good understanding of the golden era. It was just, it had to be done. I had to do these books. I mean,
yeah, I think it's important for people to understand that. I mean, a lot of people talk about Gold's Gym, but the other half, and literally the other half, was Vince's gym. And, there can be no golden era without Vince Gironda or Vince's gym. So
Exactly. You said it perfectly. I mean, the history, there's so much history. And I mean, you have Hollywood stars, Sylvester Stallone, Carl Weathers, they all trained there. I mean, it has to be documented. And I want to actually document it in such a format that people would actually have pleasure reading the books. So,
so you showed me, again, you gave me some sneak peeks of inside of Vince's gym. You've shown us the cover. It's beautiful. All I can say. I mean, basically, if people didn't see it properly, do you want to show them just one more time the cover?
Sure. I mean, look, it's going to be a little bit fine-tuned. This was the best.
That's great. So you got Don there. Can I just see the cover again? You got Don Howarth. You've got Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lou Ferrigno, and Larry Scott there with Vince at the front. I mean, that's just that's the golden era summarized, isn't it?
Exactly. I mean, all these guys trained at Vince's at some point or another. Arnold, for instance, when he came here, some of you may already know, his first destination was Vince's gym. So, so it's like I said, there will never be a gym like that, and the history behind it, all the stories, all the memories. Some good, some bad, a little bit of everything. I mean, that's what made it so interesting. I mean, I have actually some interesting stories. Pete Rowley, who was a very good close friend of Vince Girondi, he contributed some nice stories. And like I said, maybe I will share one of those stories with you to show how the gym could be entertaining at times. So Pete is, in the story that he, this is in the middle of the story, he writes, back when Vince was still living above the gym, on a Saturday morning, he pulled a terrific stunt. The upstairs was divided into thirds. The front and back sections were living quarters, and the space in between was completely open to the sky. It was a sunbathing deck with a glass skylight over the gym. All of a sudden, the skylight was flung open and Vince jumped down onto the chin bar and then dropped to the floor, hitting a low lunging pose with his arms held high. I mean, this is just, one of the stories. So he said, of course, he was wearing his naked pose and trunks, and he had more poses while we all stopped training to enjoy this outrageous surprise. So it was really a unique place. I mean, people don't know about these little stories, and that's what I'm trying to expose. Many of the things people forgot about, so it's like I said, it's a combination of training, history, you name it, it's in the book.
Fantastic. Yeah, so it's another question I get now in regards to your books. Do you sell to the USA? Is it just distributed to the USA, or is this worldwide?
It is worldwide. Actually, it continues to grow. It's reached, Vince's Secret Locker has reached over 30 countries.
Oh, okay.
So
that's pretty good.
It's like I said, I think it's 32 countries at the moment, and constantly, growing. The list is growing and spreading the word on the history and educating people with, bodybuilding history and physical culture.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much to know.
If the book is then being basically bought worldwide and available worldwide, does this actually mean you foresee maybe translating it into different languages? Because that's something I find with many books. Even Vince's original work is only available in English. So what's your say on that?
Actually, a very good question, because with volume 3, it's going to be in 5 languages.
Wow.
Going to be a German, Polish, there's going to be a Spanish edition, and French. So, taking step by step, but, I decided to try to make it available to the market that I feel is best. Mm-hmm. Because over the years, I've gotten many emails, people asking me, how come you can't, why don't you put it into French? Why not? Why isn't it in German? So I basically decided that the 5 languages that I feel are the best for the market for the moment. And like I said, I'm going to be doing step by step.
So that's English, Spanish, German, French, and Polish.
Correct.
Wow, that's a lot of work too. But it's going to be worth it.
Yeah, people have no clue as to what's involved. But it will get done. It will get done.
Awesome. This is another question I actually get often, and I actually got asked very, very recently. What's the difference between Vince's Secret Locker and the Wild Physique, or Unleashing the Wild Physique? A lot of people actually believe that it's the same book. What have you got to say about that?
Okay. Well, first of all, let me clear up a few things. Vince released Unleashing the Wild Physique, which was done by Sterling Publishing. The book is approximately, from my memory, it's probably about 190 pages.
Yeah.
And there's also actually the identical book, The Wild Physique, which was published pretty much by Robert Kennedy. And so, to answer your question, what's different? Everything. Everything. I mean, first of all, the format is different, the information. My books are very comprehensive. I mean, I go back in history, even in volume 1, Vince's high school.
Yeah.
I mean, so I start from the very beginning and go to the, so I have hundreds of information which have been presented for the first time in books. So, and there's so much information in my books that in the Wild Physique, it touched a small aspect of Vince and Vince's gym. In fact, I think there's only like 40 images of Vince in the book and very few of the interior of the gym. And there's probably, there's a decent amount of other pictures, but it's, like I said, a lot of people want to see Vince and inside the gym. And my books, I've presented a lot of images of inside the gym and large images, many of them which, like I said, are enhanced. So the information, I mean, in all my books, I have the lost articles, I have Q&A. Basically, I have interviews. So this is so much information that's not in that book. So it's, like I said, to answer your questions, the books are completely different.
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree. I think the Wild Physique is a great, how to put it, introduction to what Vince had to say. I mean, the book is barely half the size of yours, and you've got 3 series. So if anyone has gone into detail about Vince on this planet, it's you. I mean, now you've come out with a 4th book, and I mean, it's unbelievable how much information Vince had. I mean, the man was a genius, but you seem to have been able to find all this information and put it in this wonderful series of books. So you really do deserve to be congratulated on that, really.
Well, thank you for that. I do appreciate that. And, like I said, it's comments like that really motivate me to keep going. And I have some, like I said, some great fans and readers out there that have made this journey a real pleasure to deal with.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, a lot of people actually also want to know about yourself, about Karl Coyne, the author. Have you had things that motivate you or bumps along the road? I even heard that you may have had an accident back in the day. What's the story behind Karl Coyne?
Okay, there is truth to that. Probably about 10 years ago, I do have some inspirations and there were some obstacles along the way, as probably everybody's encountered in their life, some sort of obstacle or some barrier. And basically about 10 years ago, I did have an accident at work, and it pretty much turned my life upside down. Doctors said there was a good chance I could get paralyzed. I had to have surgery. My bodybuilding career was pretty much done with. And at the time, I went from 22% body fat to 6% within, a short period of time. So I had been driving to get to 4%, and I would have reached that goal, but unfortunately, plans changed, and that was pretty much a really tough obstacle. And at the time, I was raising 2 children. My daughter and my son were still small at the time, so it really was a tough period. So, but on a good note, though, I did start with the books. So I continue to stay strong. And I should say there are some people out there that have been really inspirational over the years, and one of which like Arnold Schwarzenegger, who I had the opportunity to meet last year. Very friendly, and it was wonderful to meet with him. And he's had some really great words. I did want to actually mention some of the things. I didn't put this in the book, but the fact of the matter is, most people in this day and age have obstacles, and I've actually gotten emails. Some people have been really personal with what goes on in their life, and I've opened up as well. But I tried to motivate people from my previous experience, because I've had some really ups and downs. And Arnold has given some great speeches, and I'm just going to give you a couple words from some of the things he said. And this, it's good that people hear this, because of the fact, even Vince said, you need to have the motivation to be successful with bodybuilding. And like I said, some of you may get in a rut and let that overcome your goals. So, for instance, like, Arnold said, turn a vision into reality. What is the secret to success? So what is most important is that you dig deep down and ask yourself, who do you want to be? Not what, but who. Not what your parents and teachers want you to be. Because a lot of times people always telling you what you should do. So, but you. So he continues on, and he's talking about figuring out yourselves, what makes you happy, no matter how crazy it may sound to other people. And I'm bringing this in because I had actually people, when I started the books, also said, why are you going to do it? It's a waste of time. Nobody's going to do it. So obviously I didn't listen, and I'm actually glad I didn't. And so that's why I'm reading this. So, but let me continue. And so many people even told Arnold it's never been done before. So he says, I hear this all the time. Anything and everything can be done if you can visualize it, if you believe in yourself. You're going to find an aid in everyone that you make. And this is so true. I mean, I've come across a few, and his words, don't listen. And I agree, don't listen. Because if you have a goal, shoot for it. Because even if you just start your goal, you're already, a step ahead, and you're successful already because you've started it. You're making an attempt at that. So just visualize your goal, he continues on. And he says, know exactly where you want to go. Trust yourself. So pay no attention to the people that say it can't be done. Trust yourself no matter how or what anyone else thinks. You have to think outside the box. And I actually thought with these books outside the box because it was different. And I wasn't sure what the response would be, although I'm optimistic. So I felt, I was hoping for the best. So he wrote, Arnold continued on by saying, of course, this journey is not going to be without setbacks, failures, or disappointments. That's just the way life is. I mean, how exactly. So I'm almost done here. It says, don't be afraid to fail. You can always win, but don't be afraid of making decisions. You keep pushing because you believe in yourself and your vision, and you know it is the right thing to do. Success will come. So don't be afraid to fail. Always believe. Leaving no stone unturned, that's what makes you a champion. Winners fail and get up. So I wanted to mention that because, like I said, there's a lot of guys out there or people out there that are having issues and they get in a rut, but you got to keep strong and move forward because I've had many obstacles and I continued. And like I said, I could go on and on about this for 1 hour, but like I said, I just want everyone out there to, stay strong. And like I said, Arnold said it, I said it, and there are actually others that have said it. I met with actor wrestler John Cena last year, and he was also very motivational. When I met with him, another great person, he's like, and it was a great opportunity. Rare opportunity. I got the chance to give him hand him a copy of the book, and he had a lot of class, thanked me for the book, and he said pretty much never give up. So
cool. Now you've told me actually that you started training again. What's your goals with training?
Well, I'm getting pretty quick results because I'm taking it serious now. I've had to adjust things because of what happened in the past with my injuries, so I have to be a little bit, have to train a little bit differently. But my goal is pretty much to get down to 4%,
Yeah.
and I think I will reach that. I've already made some uh, quick changes. Actually, we spoke like 2 months ago, and um,
Yeah, I can
I think
already tell.
yeah, you noticed right away. We spoke the other day, so it's
Yeah,
like I
you're
said. I
getting
think
pretty
another
lean pretty quick.
yeah. So it's I'm being very strict with my diet, using some of Vince's methods as well,
Of
along with some
course.
other training methods, and basically just moving forward, taking day by day. Every day is a step closer to my goal.
Well, I can see it. I mean, I can see the changes already, and you definitely know your work. So you definitely know Vince's methods, and you are applying them, and it's very, very obvious already. Your face is nice and chiseled.
So,
You look so young, Carl. It's fantastic.
well, I appreciate that. I'll take that as a compliment. So
Yeah. How
thank you.
old are you, Carl? Just to let people know.
52.
This is exactly what I mean. I mean, you look like you're at the most in your early 40s. You don't look 52, mate. It's
Ah,
fantastic.
thank you.
All
I
right.
appreciate it.
I heard there's also I know from you that from our chats that there's some real funny stuff, comical stuff in Vince's Secret Locker. I mean, that story itself you just told me earlier was pretty awesome. So, um, is this one of the stories that you were mentioning that's kind of comical in the book?
Well, there's all sorts of stories. I mean, I decided when I released Volume 1 Enhanced Edition, I decided to end the book with a comical section because I thought it would be a nice way to end the book. And actually, based on emails, everybody really it was a favorite section. So I decided to continue with that. I edited a couple of stories here, some couple of crazy stories, somewhat humorous. You have to have a little bit open mind. Vince can be a little bit crazy at times. So, but I can give you a little bit of feedback on one of the stories. Basically, one time, one of the gym members was chinning, and Vince was smoking one of his cigars as he likes to do. So he went over and pulled the guy's shorts back and flickered the cigar. So it's a little bit crazy. I mean, you have to have an open mind. Obviously, the person he did it with, he had to be a close friend. So, I
Yeah.
mean, he did some crazy things. I mean, as much
Okay.
as people want to say he was eccentric, I mean, but he knew how to have fun at times as well. So it wasn't just,
Yeah.
as much as people think it was all serious, but, inside the book, in each volume, you can see that side of Vince, the other side of Vince, and that's what I wanted to present because I want people to see all the sides. So,
Yeah. Um, I've got just now some quick questions from fans. I mean,
sure.
as I mentioned earlier, when I posted up on Instagram, yeah, I mean, a lot of people started asking questions. I've just chosen a few of them. You've actually already answered the first one, which was what's the difference between all the volumes? But can you just answer the second question from this person? Is one worth buying more than the others, or are all different? Are all the books different?
Okay. Well, basically, I tried to make sure each book did not have any repetition.
Yeah.
So basically, pictures are different, the information is different, and I actually sorted through the books over and over to make sure I didn't repeat myself. Like in volume 3, everything's different information that hasn't been been presented, with exception to maybe 2 or 3 pictures. And the only reason I repeated them because they were classical images, and the fact I presented it on a full page layout, so in high definition. So it was beneficial for the Vince Gironda fan. And so, but if I were, I should make one point. There is a volume 1 original and there's a volume 1 enhanced edition. And if for readers out there or people who are considering buying the book, definitely go with the enhanced.
Yeah.
Because the first book is 425 pages, and the enhanced edition is 600. The layout's different. Actually, some people thought the layout that drastic. They thought it was a whole nother volume. So
that's it right there, and it's way better. I have to agree, way better.
So if they're going to go for it, definitely get the enhanced edition.
Yeah.
And I should point out, the enhanced edition comes with two different types of covers. There's what's called the mythical cover, which seems to be a favorite.
Yes, so I've got that one. Yeah.
Okay. Then you got what's artistic for the artistic.
Right. Artistic. Awesome. Beautiful. Beautiful.
The same book. I decided just to release with 2 different covers. So
nice. Very nice.
It's interesting. It's about 50-50. You know, some people prefer that. So
very nice. Very nice. Here's a question now on supplementation / nutrition, just so that, I mean, I'm pretty sure that I've read the answer of this question, but just to give an idea of people, a lot of, as you said, there's just a little bit of information in the Wild Physique, just kind of a summary. But for example, a more specific question, how did Vince recommend avoiding stretch marks? And now I know this answers in your books, but can you answer that if you wouldn't mind?
Sure. Well, basically, Vince felt many injuries or problems, occurred because of deficiencies, nutritional deficiencies.
Yeah.
And in this case, with stretch marks, he felt that basically it was a mineral deficiency.
Correct.
Or basically your body was just not absorbing the minerals properly, or a combination of both. So he suggested manganese for that, and he also suggested that because sometimes people get what's called tennis elbow. So he suggested that, and like I said, there's so much information in the books about nutrition and supplementation. I mean, we could speak for about 4 hours, 5 hours, and still not have covered everything. I mean, I could go on. There's so much information in the books. The question and answer section is great. I mean, it covers every aspect. So it's really, the books are really educational with training, nutrition, supplementation. There's just so much to benefit. I mean, I'm not just saying this because I wrote the books, but really there is so much information. I mean, I picked up so much information myself, along the way.
So did I. I mean, there's so much on the 36 eggs a day diet, for example. There's so much on all these other diets I've never heard of. Recipes from Vince that he used to give his clients, and nutritional programs, everything you want to know about supplementation, training programs. It's just incredible. There's just so much information. It's
great. So, well, like I said, if readers have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. I'm on Instagram. Check out my page. I'm on Facebook. So,
cool. Have you got any other interviews planned as well? I mean, your book's about to be released. I know there's a big hype for it. So are there any other interviews planned for you?
Actually, there are some things in the works. Bodybuilding.com.
Awesome.
We have an interview lined up. The Dave Palumbo.
Wow.
He also.
Awesome.
Yes, and there's actually 2 radio stations that I'm going to be doing an interview with.
Cool.
So there are some interviews in the works. So, but it's a pleasure to be on your show. I was really looking forward to doing this.
Yeah, me too. It's awesome. Um, what other plans do you have besides, I mean, now you're releasing this book, but do you have other offers from publishers or any projects on the way?
Well, I'm actually going to be branching off a little bit. I feel I've covered, I've done my job with this, although there will still be a volume 2 enhanced edition, which is pretty much already complete. But pretty much I've decided to branch off with a wrestling book. I've been offered to do a wrestling book, and I know some of you guys are going to be shocked out there, a children's holiday book.
Cool. Nice.
And that's actually in the works as we speak. It's a small little book. I thought it was a cool idea. So, like I said, I'm branching off in a couple of different areas, but bodybuilding is still my passion. But like I said, I do want to expand in different areas, and when the opportunity is there, I kind of want to try to, take the opportunity to do
Absolutely.
other things.
I mean, that's what you are, an author, right? So people are going to see the series of works that you've done, and it's natural that they want to reach out to you. So congratulations again.
Okay, thank you.
Well, that's it, Karl. I mean, I think I've asked you everything there is to ask. Yeah, thank you for your time for this interview. I'm hoping that we can chat again. And again, just to everybody out there, if you're interested in purchasing any of Karl's books, he's got several on his website. He's got the original volume 1, but as he mentioned, the enhanced book is even bigger, way better. I personally have both, so I know because I've compared them. And of course, there's volume 2, which is a brilliant book as well. Wonderful artwork. As he already mentioned, nutrition, training, everything that Vince taught in his gyms is available there. And of course, volume 3 is coming out, all available at www.vincessecretlocker.com. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Right.
So thank you again, Karl, and you have a great day, and I hope we can chat again soon.
Definitely. It'll be a pleasure to be on the show again. And like I said, your channel on YouTube is great. I mean, it's growing really fast, and word is getting around very, very quickly. And for sure, I'll be on the show again, and we can talk a whole nother aspect of this in more detail.
Sounds great.
So, okay, great. Thanks for having me on the show again.
No problem. Have a great day, Karl.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So if you're a fan of the golden era of bodybuilding, or a fan of Vince Gironda, or if you trained at Vince's gym and want to step back in time and be part of the stories and legend of that wonderful golden age of bodybuilding, this book is definitely for you. I do hope you have enjoyed this interview with Karl Coyne, and if you do wish to purchase Vince's Secret Locker Volume 3, it is available now on pre-order. I put my order in weeks ago, and guess what? Karl told me that if you pre-order now, like I did, he will send you a free gift upon receiving the book. That's the kind of guy Karl is. So pre-order now and get your book. You can of course also purchase any of the previous volumes, which are also well worth the money. If you have enjoyed this video interview, please like, share and subscribe for more content like this. To support my research and channel, please donate via PayPal, become a patron, or visit my website for out-of-print books and courses on old school bodybuilding, and email to collaborate or to pass on your bodybuilding relics. That's it from me. This is the Golden Era Bookworm saying bye for now. Now, if you're interested in learning more about the 8x8, I've got several of Vince Gironda's books on my website, www.goldenerabookworm.com, such as the Wild Physique, the Masters series, as well as Definition, all available on my website, www.goldenerabookworm.com. To take full advantage of my collaboration with Old School Labs, please visit their website and choose from their marvelous range of supplements using my code BOOKWORM12. And for an entertaining look at the history of bodybuilding's supplement industry,
I would highly recommend watching Subs the movie, which I have collaborated in, available at Amazon Prime and Vimeo.